I remember it like it was yesterday. Friday Night Lights, we're down by 7, 2 minutes left, and we have the ball. Coach calls 2 plays, success. Then chaos. Miscommunication, we lose a game. I'd still think about it to this day. However, I believe that that very moment led me to where I am now to present to you VS1. VS1 is a smart, real-time communication platform used by collegiate football teams, softball teams, and baseball teams. So 2 years ago, this journey started. I received a phone call from a good friend, business partner, and softball coach of a competitive NCAA team. Bob loves this softball. He loves this team. He loves his athletes. And I could hear it in his voice. Something wasn't right. He said, hey, the rules changed in our game. NIL has changed the competitive landscape. And long story short, we're losing. We need tech. So we put our minds together. We started to think of a solution. We understood the landscape. He understood his position as a coach. And we came up with a game-changing solution, VS1. Judges, if you can look down and see the device, VS1 is a real-time communication platform used by these teams. So how it works is players wear the device on their wrist, the coach has a tablet, and in real time, he sends plays, adjustments, communications, and anything else needed to win the game. But the most important thing, the most exciting thing that we did was we brought it to market, and we've been off to the races ever since. Tested by over 500 of the world's top athletes and coaches. We have over $120,000 in soft commits in terms of investment and $40,000 in pre-sales. We're ready to spread across the country to every sideline. And yeah, you can clap it up. I heard it clap. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And by the way, these are real images of our product in the field. So the cool thing about going to market, having beta users and testers, is that you realize that, hey, we're solving a problem, but there's also bigger opportunities on the landscape. So we realize that we're in a larger, wearable, global market of about $68 billion. But we want to really laser focus on our beachhead market, which is sports, collegiate sports specifically. The big number that we see is there's over 1 million youth athletes and opportunities there for us to scale. But I do want to bring attention to this adjacent market. In my home state of California, wildfires run rampant. In those emergencies, cellular towers are overwhelmed and cannot facilitate the communication that saves lives. With an off-grid communication platform like ours, we can solve that problem. We can be the difference between winning and losing and life and death. So our business model is really simple. We've seen a great interest in our $4,500 product. We also have a SaaS model, but the number I want to keep in mind for everyone is 100 teams. So with 100 teams and our lifetime value of our customers at $40,000, that equates to about 4.1 million over the coming years and growing. We're just being modest. Our competitive landscape, the truth is we aren't first to market. However, we do have a competitive edge. We're the only platform that offers real-time off-grid communication and also a smart platform that adjusts and updates with the game. We also have a better price point. The average product is about $10,000 for these teams, and as you've seen, we're beating that by a long shot. But our true secret sauce is the team. So myself, I've been building technology in Silicon Valley for the last 10 years for startups, helping fund people and MVPs go to market and for companies to raise funds. And I've met some amazing people on the way. Bob Perales, who is our business partner, coach at Dominican University, and our advisory board fills in the blanks in terms of manufacturing and also business. We're ready to win. Our ask today, we are in the middle of a $3 million seed fundraising round. However, today, $10,000 goes a long way. It supports at least 10 teams in terms of our pilot. It allows us to expand our product offering, and it gives us that gas that we need to get across that finish line. So there you have it. We're ready to build today. We're ready to build now. We're ready to build in Tulsa. Thank you.
I'll kick us off, Danny. Thank you for that presentation. Talk to us about how you get to your LTV, your lifetime value for a customer.
Love it. Great question. So through some of our early trials, essentially we work with teams. Let's take softball, for example. They need at least 10 devices and one tablet. That's $4,500, right? So that one-time cost is upfront. We give them the product. Coaches usually are our direct line of communication. The average lifespan of a coach, the average is around 5 years, let's say 5 to 7 years. With a commitment with those coaches that have the continuous data and support from our team, we're looking at that $40,000 as a minimum, right? But as we offer more product offerings, more value, we see that that number will grow over time. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I was curious, two things. One, is there any IP associated with this product?
Yes, great question. So on the slide, I'm sorry I didn't point this out, but we do have we just submitted our provisional patent application earlier this year. Shout out to my cohort. They inspired me to actually go forward with that. So with that patent, it gives us the opportunity to set ourselves aside from the competition, but it also gives us another revenue model, right, where we can license out our technology. I'm looking for my market slide. So in terms of that patent, not only does it allow us to participate in the sports arena, but it also allows us to go after SBIR grants, federal grants, and other opportunities related to the core tech.
And then follow up, you mentioned some trials you've run and pre-sales. I was curious about your manufacturing. Who's manufacturing where, and what's the capacity?
Great question. That's the core of what we're doing, right? So coming from Silicon Valley, a lot of our PCB, which is printed circuit board manufacturing and fabrication, happens there. We've been doing it domestically. We find that logistically, it helps us. It is a higher price point, but the scale of numbers, we get lower cost. So that's happening there. But I am excited to say that for our plastics that support our products, we're looking through about 7 local manufacturers who can do that. So hopefully we find them in the next few weeks.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, quick question. If you want to go back to your team slide.
Yes, sir.
You have a really strong team, but I'm a former D1 athlete, and
Okay.
I know NIL's messed everything up, and
Yes,
I
sir.
always keep running to lawyers. Lawyers run everything with the NCAA and NIL in these leagues. So I'm curious, how are you addressing the legal hurdles within sports specifically to get your product to market?
Very, very great question. The first, patent, as we discussed. Second, there's layers to this question, right? NCAA has its own set of rules and understandings and codes that we have to abide by. Bob being a Division II college coach, he's our point person, and they have staff dedicated to that. From a standpoint of looking at the entire space, right? We do have legal support that we call on. They're not listed on this slide, but Terrell Gamble, being in the work that he is involved with, some of his clients actually are lawyers, right? So Silicon Valley connections, being very focused on tech-related legal questions is a niche, so we do have some folks in our back pocket for that.
I have another follow-up question. What do you find is the sweet spot of your ideal customers? Is it high school teams? Is it those D1, D2? Where are you finding the most traction of those early customers?
Perfect. I'll show you 2 slides. Our first is here. When we first started our beta testing, our initial beachhead, because of our connections, was NCAA, right? Those collegiate sports, they're competitive. Our business partner is a coach, so we went to market there. But when we started to look at the numbers, we realized that there's a limited market potential there. And there's really a larger market potential when you talk about youth sports and tournaments. So we do have some year-round tournaments going on throughout the country. We attend a lot of them. We set up booths. They have 10 teams going all day basically playing, and that's a hotbed for us to actually go to market. So we are going to serve that underserved youth market.
Thank you.